We shall begin chapter 7 of mathematics class 11, permutations and combinations. Suppose you have a suitcase with a number lock. The number lock has 4 wheels, each labeled with 10 digits from 0 to 9. The lock can be opened if 4 specific digits are arranged in a particular sequence with no repetition. Somehow you have forgotten the specific sequence of digits. You remember only the first digit, which is 7. In order to open the lock, how many sequences of 3 digits you may have to check with? To answer this question, you may immediately start listing all possible arrangements of 9 remaining digits taken 3 at a time. But this method will be tedious because of the number of possible sequences may be large. Here in this chapter, we shall learn some basic counting techniques which will enable us to answer this question without actually listing 3-digit arrangements. In fact, these techniques will be useful in determining the number of different ways of arranging and selecting objects without actually listing them. As a first step, we shall examine a principle which is most fundamental to the learning of these techniques. Fundamental principle of counting or multiplication principle. If an event can occur in n different ways, following which another event can occur in n different ways, then the total number of occurrence of the events in the given order is m cross n. So suppose you have got an event which is occurring in m ways, n different ways, and then again there is another event which is occurring in n different ways. Then the total occurrence of the event will be m cross n. And this principle can be generalized for any finite number of events, m cross n cross p and so on up to finite number. So we are suppose we have got first m event is happening or occurring in m different ways. Following that another event is happening in n different ways, and suppose next event is in p different ways. Then the total will be m into n into p, m cross n cross p, or m into n into p. So this is called generalization. You can have finite number of events occurring in different ways in the order you have to take. Okay, so that is the fundamental principle of counting, or simply multiplication principle. Permutations. A permutation is an arrangement in a definite order of a number of objects taken some or all at a time. So permutation is the arrangement in a particular or definite order, okay, taking some or all at a time. Theorem 1. The number of permutations of n different objects taken r at a time, where 0 less than r less than equal to n, and the objects do not repeat, is npr equal to n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 up to n minus r plus 1. So if you have got the statement of the theorem says that if the permutation of n different objects taken r at a time is given by npr equal to n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 up to n minus r plus 1. Let us prove this. So the proof we can start with. There will be as many permutations as there are ways of filling in r vacant places. So how many permutation? As many as r vacant places. So suppose we have got the r vacant places. So 1, 2, 3 up to r vacant places. Write the boxes and write as r vacant places. Now by the n objects, we can fill this by n objects. Okay, our vacant places are there and we are going to fill them by n objects. Now the first place can be filled by n place, okay, n objects in n different ways. Now second one, we are not going to repeat, okay, there is no repetition. Therefore here n ways we have filled the first place, then second place will be one place is filled. So for this we'll have got n minus 1 ways. For the third one will be n minus 2 and so on. Okay, so the first place can be filled in n ways. There is no repetition. Therefore the second place will be n minus 1. The one which is placed here we cannot use it again. Okay, so therefore it will be n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on. The first place can be filled in n ways. That is what I am talking about this. Following which second can be filled in n minus 1 way. So this second one n minus 1. Third can be filled in n minus 2 ways. So this one in n minus 2 ways, and the rth, this will go on, and the rth place will be filled in n minus r minus 1. So this will be filled in n minus r minus 1 because there are r vacant places. Therefore the number of ways of filling in r vacant places is succession in n into n minus 1, n minus 2 up to n minus r minus 1. Therefore, the permutation NPR is given as n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 up to n minus r plus 1. This minus, because of this minus, will become plus. So this is the formula or the proof of the theorem 1. Factorial notation. The notation n factorial represents the product of first n natural numbers. That is given as n factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 up to n minus 1 into n. So the product of the first n natural number is given as n factorial. We read this sign as factorial. So n factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 up to n minus 1 into n factorial. Suppose you have got 3 factorials, then you can write 1 into 2 into 3. Suppose you have got 5 factorials, you can say 1 into 2 into 3 into 5. So that is a factorial. 0 factorial value is 1. So 0 factorial, remember the value is 1. N factorial is equal to, this n factorial can be also written as n into n minus 1 factorial. Can be also written this as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. We can also write as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial, and so on. Derivation of the formula for NPR equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial, where r is less than equal to n. So this is the formula for P and PR. Okay, so this we will use theorem 1 and find the formula for NPR. We have NPR equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to n minus r plus 1. Okay, just now we prove the formula, the theorem. Okay, the theorem 1. So that is what I start with. Okay, now multiply and denominator and numerator and denominator by n minus r into n minus r minus 1, n minus r minus 2 up to 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so multiply and divide the numerator and denominator, or multiply and divide by this value. Okay, so we are going to divide and multiply here. So NPR equal to, this one I am writing as it is, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to n minus r plus 1, and I am dividing and multiplying by this number. So I divide first here n minus r minus 1 up to 3 into 2 into 1, and I also multiply in the numerator the same value, n minus r minus 1 up to 3 into 2 into 1. But this, which is in the numerator, this value is nothing but n factorial. Okay, the product of the first n natural number. So this value is nothing but n factorial. See, starting from n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1, then n minus r minus 1, so on up to 1. So that is what your n factorial. So I write this as n factorial. Okay, and the denominator which is given to us is nothing but n minus r factorial. Okay, n minus r into n minus r minus 1, then n minus r minus 2, so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. So this value is nothing but n minus r factorial. Okay, where 0 less than r less than equal to n. So NPR, we have proved the value as n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Okay, so that is the formula or derivation of the formula of NPR. NPN equal to n factorial divided by n minus n factorial. Now suppose this r value is replaced by n, the same value as this. So if you replace here, then you get here n minus n factorial. N factorial, n minus n is 0 factorial, n factorial as it is, and 0 factorial, I told you that the value of 0 factorial is 1. So you put the value 0 factorial is 1. So n factorial by 1 will give you n factorial. Okay, so NPN value is n factorial. Remember, the value NPN is n factorial. And NP0, if r is replaced by 0, then NP0 will be 1. So NPN is n factorial and NP0 is 1. The value is 1. Theorem 2. The number of permutations of n different objects taken r at a time where repetition is allowed is n to the power r. Now this proof you can try by yourself, just similar to theorem 1. Okay, so similar to theorem 1, you can try yourself. Here repetition is allowed. In theorem 1, repetition was not allowed. Only that is the difference. So the proof you can try by yourself. Permutations when all objects are not distinct. So there are some objects which are repeated. Okay, similar objects are there, same kind objects are there. Then how will you write the permutation? Theorem 3. The number of permutations of n objects where p objects are of the same kind, that is similar, and rest are all different and others are different, then it is given as n factorial divided by p factorial. N factorial is, we have got n objects and in that p are the similar objects, same object, then it is n factorial by p factorial. Okay, this proof also we are not going to do, and this is a particular case. We can also generalize this in a different way. For that we can just define the statement of theorem 4. The number of permutation of n objects where p1 objects are of one kind, P2 objects are of second kind up to Pk objects are of kth kind, and the rest, if any, are of different kind, is n factorial divided by P1 factorial into P2 factorial up to Pk factorial. Okay, same formula as I said, we can generalize this is only for P objects which are similar. Okay, but now if you have got more than one type of, okay, you have got P1 type, same kind of some objects, P2 type, P3 or up to Pk, then this can be generalized n factorial divided by P1 factorial into P2 factorial, P3 factorial, what is written in theorem 4. Okay, this value, this is the value I am talking about. Okay, there is no proof for this, we just accept this. Next we have got combination. The number of combinations of n different things taken r at a time is, the formula is given as NCR equal to n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial, 0 less than equal to r less than equal to n. So this is the definition or meaning of combinations, that the number of combinations of n different things taken r at a time is given by NCR equal to n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial, 0 less than equal to r less than equal to n. Theorem 5. In this theorem we are going to have the relation between the permutation and the combination. The statement is simple, NPR equal to NCR into r factorial, 0 less than r less than equal to n. The proof is simple. Corresponding to each combination of NCR, we have r factorial permutations because r objects in every combination can be arranged in r factorial ways. So we have got in combination NCR, r factorial permutation can be arranged in r factorial ways. Therefore, the total number of permutations of n different things taken r at a time is NCR into r factorial. On the other hand, it is NPR. So if you are taking the total permutation, it will be NCR into r factorial, and this is nothing but your NPR. So we can say the relation between permutation and combination is NPR equal to NCR into r factorial, where 0 less than r less than equal to n. Okay, it is a simple proof, just theoretical proof it is. You can just remember by learning and try to understand how it is explained. Some important remarks are there. Let us try to understand one by one. Number 1 is NCN. This can be written as n factorial divided by n factorial n minus n factorial. Okay, what I am using? I am using the formula NCR equal to n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial. Here r is taken as n, so I am just replacing r by n. So n factorial as it is, n factorial, this is n minus n, that is 0 factorial, and 0 factorial value is 1. So I just put the value 1. N factorial by n factorial is 1, so you get NCN equal to 1. So NCN equal to 1. Then NC0 is equal to 1. This you can try to prove by yourself. NC0 is equal to 1. Just replace in this formula r by 0. Okay, r by 0. 0 factorial is 1, and this will become n minus 0. So n factorial by n factorial will give you 1. So that is what here you get 1. Okay, you can try yourself. Number 3 is NCN minus R equal to NCR. So these two are equal. NCN minus R equal to NCR. Okay, this relation is important in a sense that we will be using for calculation plus proving the binomial theorem. So NCN minus R equal to NCR. Okay, these two values will be same. If you simplify, if you use the formula and place the values, you will get both the answers same. Number 4 is NCA equal to NCB. This implies that A equal to B, or you can say that A equal to N minus B. This means that A plus B equal to N. Just B transfer over here. So NCA equal to NCB implies A and B are equal, or you can say that A equal to N minus B, or we can say that this implies A plus B equal to N. Theorem 6. NCR plus NCR minus 1 equal to NCN plus 1 CR. Okay, so this is a formula or the relation. We have to prove this. So for the proof, let us start with the left hand side. NCR plus NCR minus 1 equal to, I will use the formula of NCR. This formula for both the results, okay, both the values. So here n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial. For this, plus n factorial divided by r, instead of r minus 1. So r minus 1 factorial into n minus r, so n minus r minus 1. So n minus r plus 1, it will become factorial. Okay, now this I can rearrange. Okay, this can be written by using the result which I gave you previously, that this can be written as n minus 1 n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. This can be also written as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Okay, so this I am going to use the first part, n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. Okay, so I am going to rewrite not the n factorial, this one, but I am going to write this one. Okay, using the same result. So n factorial divided by this r factorial, using that same result I am going to write as r into r minus 1 factorial, and this I am keeping as it is n minus r factorial, plus n factorial as it is, r minus 1 factorial as it is, and this also I am writing using the same principle, n minus r plus 1 into n minus r factorial. Okay, now see, both the numerator is n factorial, I can take out common. Okay, so I am taking here. Then denominator r minus 1 factorial can take common. Then here n minus r factorial can take common. Okay, so these two from the denominator and the numerator n factorial can take common. So here you get 1 by r plus here remains 1 by n minus r plus 1, this value. Okay, because this and this is taken as a common. So you get what will be the next, you can take LCM here. So n factorial, this as it is, n minus r minus 1 factorial into n minus r factorial. Taking LCM, so just cross multiply 1 into this, so you get n minus r plus 1, and this you multiply, so plus r divided by the denominator r into n minus r plus 1. Okay, see, r minus r plus you cut, so you get here n plus 1 here, and this r into n minus r plus 1, this one, and this what is here which you have taken common, just keep it as it is. I have just brought as it is. Now n factorial into n plus 1 is nothing but n plus 1 factorial, right? Because this combination, if you again use the same rule, this one n factorial is n minus 1, n into n minus 1 factorial. So if this is there, you can write n factorial, right? So same way you can write here, n plus 1 into n factorial can be written as n plus 1 factorial. Okay, and this one, n minus 1 factorial into r can be written as r factorial. This n minus r factorial into n minus r plus 1 can be written as n plus 1 r factorial. Okay, so just using the same result which I have given you here. Okay, this one same principle we are using. I am writing this, combining these two and these two. Okay, combining, so you get this value, n plus 1 factorial divided by r factorial, n plus 1 minus r factorial. But this is nothing but, if you compare this with NCR formula, then n factorial. So here n plus 1 factorial, right? CR. So see, here r is here and n minus r, this difference, these two differences here. So here the difference is also there, n plus 1 minus r. So this is nothing but n plus 1 CR. That is what you have to prove. So we have proved the equal to right hand side. So we'll keep this much for today. We have done all the theory part of the chapter 7. Thank you very much.